All right, so we have a special request here. Full disclosure, this is probably going to end up on my Patreon first. I'm going to edit it, fully edit it for YouTube, post it on my Patreon first. See what kind of traction it gets. Pretty sure it's going to get a lot, and then I'll put it on my YouTube. But this one's a special request. This comes from my cousin, Carissa. Texted me out of the blue saying, hey, I have the song I want you to react to. I'm not sure if you heard of this artist, but I think you'd really like the song because I know you grew up with hip hop. This is Hopsin. So I know of Hopsin. I've heard a bunch of Hopsin. Well, I won't say a bunch. I've heard a little bit of Hopsin. I haven't sat down and like actually listened though. I've passively listened to Hopsin. It might have come on a couple playlists on Spotify. This is going to be new for the channel. I haven't done a lot of hip hop actually outside of like Ren. I think I've done a couple Tom McDonald. I've done Chris Webby. Basically anybody who's collabed with Ren outside of and then NF I've done a couple atmosphere stuff. I want to do more hip hop because I grew up as a hip hop head, especially in the underground scene and all that stuff. But yeah, so I know of Hopsin. I haven't sat down and actually like fully put my reactor hat on and listened and diagnosed and broke down. Not that I'm probably going to be able to do that because I do that much better when I can read. But in any event, I am currently, thank you to Bradley, the Black Speed, for convincing me to have a beer. This is an IPA, 9% alcohol, so I'm having a good time. We're having a good time on the stream today. I am live, as you can see from the chat. Tochi Reacts was in here. I had Black Speed in here. Jesse was in here, Bell Development. But we're having a blast. So, this is Ill Mind of Hopsin 5. Jesse told me that this is fire. My cousin Carissa told me this is fire. So without further ado, let's go ahead and let's get into this. Before we get started though, please make sure that you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell on my channel. It helps the channel out a lot. Like I said before, I do have a Patreon. Lots of cool stuff ramping up on there. I'm hopefully this week going to get back into the TV shows. Like I said, I've been dealing with setting up my new setup here and the new systems and all that stuff. Probably be doing Ted Lasso tomorrow. And then Demon Slayer probably on Thursday, and they'll be immediately put on the Patreon. All that stuff is months out. Gonna end up on the Patreon for a while, and then I'll later edit them for YouTube. So if you want to see them way far in advance, once they're up there immediately, Patreon is the best way to go. It's the best place to support me. It's about a cup of coffee a month. It's actually cheaper than requesting a song in this stream. But either way, it helps me out. So I do appreciate that. All right. Here we go. Ill Mind of Hopsin 5. I mean, he got guitar in it. Already sick.
Man, I hate rap, but if the shoe fits, wear it. I become a freak of nature, all the kids stare. Who walk around bumping raw with the shit blaring, saying fuck school and dropping out like a miscarriage. I'm embarrassed, and I'm ashamed I played a
dropping out like a miscarriage. All right.
It's weird.
All right.
I become a freak of nature, all the kids stare. Who walk around bumping raw with the shit blaring, saying fuck school and dropping out like a miscarriage. I'm embarrassed, and I'm ashamed I played a part in this devilish game, making your common sense perish. But I ain't taking the full blame.
Let's talk about the rhyme scheme already. By the way, I've known Hopsin's. I think Hopsin's underrated, bro. I've heard him on a couple tracks, or maybe a track with Eminem. I've heard him a couple of his own solo stuff. I do think he's a little bit underrated. He's never in anybody's top 10, top 15, even top 20. I think he belongs there in maybe the top 10, 15 range of all time. That's hard though because there's a lot of good ones. My point is he's really good, at least of the modern era, right?
With the shit blaring, saying fuck school and dropping out like a miscarriage. I'm embarrassed, and I'm ashamed I played a part in this devilish game, making your common sense perish.
I become a freakinator all kids stare at, who walk around bumping raw with this shit blaring, saying fuck school and dropping out like a miscarriage, right? So that's the BB rhyme scheme. So it went A, B, B, I'm embarrassed. Carriage, again, B. And I'm ashamed I play a part in this devilish game, making your common sense perish. B. But I ain't taking the full blame because most of you chumps running around here ain't never had strict parents, right? Like, there's multiple layers to this rhyme scheme. Let's keep going.
taking the full blame, cause most of you chumps running around here ain't never had strict parents. All of your brain cells rotting from weed. You feeling like if you ain't got it, life's not as complete. You having sex with every motherfucking body you see, with a past so dark that Satan to jump out of his seat. But still you out in these streets thinking you hot as can be, without the knowledge to lead, so you just follow the sheep, making sure your lame swag is all polished and clean, while your favorite rapper's like, yeah, he got it from me. You been brainwashed by a fake life that you used to living. When I say the word fun, what do you envision? Probably drinking and smoking out with your crew and chilling with clueless women you tryna bang, bumping New Edition. Is that all you think life really is? Well, if so, then you're a fucking idiot. I honestly feel like grabbing your head and hitting it. Matter of fact, you don't even deserve a brain. Give me it! Do you even have any goals aside from bagging these hoes and packing the ball? Well, let me guess, no. You're only in school because...
Bro, this is fucking fire. All right. So here's the thing, right? I tend to take songs and experiences described in songs and explain it from my own experiences, because how else can I relate to a song than with, you know, using my own experience as a guide, right? So this whole scenario, it's like he's talking to me when I was in college, but in a sense of, this is more so like, this is just a dude who thinks he's hot shit, right? And just lives his life like he's basically untouchable, invincible, whatever the fuck you want to say. I was doing it out of preservation. You guys know this, in college, I was depressed. And the way I dealt with that was you know, trying my best to do one night stands. Like, all that shit was how I was. Basically, I had no like reservations as to how I was going to live my life. If shit went down and shit went bad, it doesn't matter. Shit's already bad. Can't get any worse. This shit is right here is fire. Is that all you can think life really is? Well, if so, you're a fucking idiot. I honestly feel like grabbing your head and hitting it. Matter of fact, you don't deserve a brain. Give me it. Do you even have any goals aside from bagging these hoes and packing a bolt, right? Stop smoking. Stop with the one night stands. Get some goals. Turn your life around. Well, let me guess. No, you're only... Okay, let's keep going. Yeah. And the rhyme scheme, his voice, all that is great, man. I love some Kendrick Lamar. I think a lot of people love Kendrick Lamar. One of the things that people don't like about him is how his voice sounds. I mean, it is what it is, man. But Hopsin, he has that rapper voice.
And smoking out with your crew and chilling with clueless women you tryna bang, bumping New Edition. Is that all you think life really is? Well, if so, then you're a fucking idiot. I honestly feel like grabbing your head and hitting it. Matter of fact, you don't even deserve a brain. Give me it! Do you even have any goals aside from bagging these hoes and packing the ball? Well, let me guess, no. You're only in school because your parents make you go, and all you do is play beer pong and hang out with the bros. Yo, society's got you living for a whack cause. You're a fucking adult with no skills at all. You don't read any books or play ball. You don't draw. You literally do nothing at all. Still you fiend for the glamorous fruits you don't have, cause you idolize rappers that do. And all they say is, I got money in a stack to the roof. And now you think that it's gonna magically just happen to you? How? Your lazy ass don't commit to labor. You pick something up, try it out, and put it down 2 minutes later. Then you complain about your life cause it ain't getting catered. Now whoever tries to call you on your bullshit's a hater. You wanna succeed, you have to try. And one day you'll get older and regret it all cause you can't provide. Your friends are lowlifes, don't act surprised. Look, just cut the bad fruit off of the tree. Make the sacrifice. Girls, stop acting like...
All right. I'm trying to break this down in sections. I think a lot of us succumb to, especially if you did go to college, succumb to that, like, this is the last time I'm going to be able to party my ass off before life gets real, you know? And I think a lot of us lean into that party lifestyle when honestly, and if I could go back, I would do it. That extra time should be spent on improving your skills in other areas. I don't know what that is. At this point in my life, instead of going out and partying every weekend, right, I could have been taking personal classes for, I don't know, fucking coding or something, right? I could have been enhancing my knowledge in a trade or something. But we don't think like that at that point. Our whole thing is like, I'm never going to be able to party again. Let me tell you, I have no desire to party at my age. I'm 35 in June. I have no desire to party. This isn't much of a party y'all are going to get. Me drinking this beer, sitting here in my office, by myself talking to y'all online. That's the best I can do. Going out, hanging out with people in a social gathering gives me anxiety. All right? My neighbor across the street, who ironically has the same name as me, and then down the road also, we're all trying to get together to do a jamming session. And I honestly would love to. Like, I need to get back to playing guitar. But I also have this thing in my brain saying, don't do it. Don't do it. You're going to hate it. You're going to hate hanging out with people you don't really know that well. You're going to suck playing the guitar. Don't do it. Shit changes when you're an adult, man. It's not so easy anymore. But let's keep going.
Look, just cut the bad fruit off of the tree. Make the sacrifice. Girls, stop acting like you want a guy with traits like Romeo. Bitch, that's a fucking lie. You always talk about how every man's faking. You can't take it and you want something real. Shut up, tramp, save it. Twice a week you put on your makeup and damn bracelets and head to the club half naked with your ass shaking. Pulling the low-life nigga who claim he cash make it till you let him hit and find out he work at the gas station. One of them niggas got you pregnant and you can't raise it. But you caused it. Your actions made a fat statement. You want Romeo to act patient and stop fronting like he in the club, posted in the back waiting. It's the club where guys put on a new persona after they get loaded with a few Coronas. They always shouting and wild out with habits that very few condone them. Then they look for beautiful brainless bitches like you to bone them. Then when they leave you, you cry and cry, talking about, oh my god, I can't find a guy. I've spent so many years and I've tried and tried. Why am I even on earth? I should die. You want Romeo, you're not worthy. You're cock thirsty.
You're cock thirsty. Goddamn. So I think a lot of this is important, man. Like, obviously it's this important subject wrapped in this like comedic wrapping paper, right? Like, he's putting on these funny voices and shit, and the way he's talking about it like makes it kind of funny. Pulling a low life dude who I'm just gonna say dude instead of the N-word because I ain't like that. Pulling a low life dude who claim you cash making until you let him hit and find out he works at the gas station. For me, right? Like, this is a two-way street. Obviously, he was getting on the dudes in the first two verses or whatever the hell. It's first two sections. Now he's going to talk about the girls. Like, to have this beat is hard. He's talking about kind of like, I'm not even going to attack women on this because that's not what I do. I will say, though, that a lot of the shit he's talking about on here is true of men, women, they, them, whatever the hell you want to say. Like, it's true of people, human beings. I feel like we always try to do, not always, I feel a lot of us try to do the bare minimum and then complain when we don't get anything out of it. Not only do we complain, but we blame everything else, every other factor outside of ourselves for what's happening. And look, many times it in fact is outside forces affecting you. But those outside forces are also part of decisions you've made, things that you've done, all that stuff. So like, yes, shit might suck right now, might be in a really bad place, but how much of that was also on maybe decisions you made or didn't make? I think it's like the self-awareness thing is something that we lack right now in society. It's always blaming everybody else. And I think we need to lay off of that a bit, just a tad. All right, let's continue.
Oh my god, I can't find a guy. I've spent so many years and I've tried and tried. Why am I even on earth? I should die. You want Romeo, you're not worthy. You're cock thirsty. You're nasty and probably got herpes. Sometimes the secret to find is to stop searching. Try a new form.
Herpes? Bruh, that's too far.
Even on earth, I should die. You want Romeo, you're not worthy. You're cock thirsty. You're nasty and probably got herpes. Sometimes the secret to find is to stop searching. Try a new formula cause your last one's not working. The term,
I mean, I want you all to listen to like the cadence too, right?
So many years and I've tried and tried. Why am I even on earth? I should die. You want Romeo, you're not worthy.
You want Romeo, you're not worthy.
Cock thirsty. You're nasty and probably got
right? This is all like he's, if you're building something, right, all of these pieces have to fit perfectly, and the way he's rhyming, it mixes well with the music, it mixes well with the beat. It's not always the same.
Got herpes. Sometimes the secret to find is to stop searching. Try a new formula cause your last one's not working. The term real niggas publicly used, and I need to know what it means, cause I'm fucking confused. Are you one for always busting your tool with nothing to lose and something to prove? The homies up in your crew? Is it because you selling drugs to get loot and brag about how you done been shot and stabbed like it's fun to be you? But your life's a struggle, right? And you just hustling through. Nah, you hamster ass nigga, you just stuck in the loop. Man, why do black people gotta be the
hamster ass, right? Hamsters feel it, especially when they're in that thing. That's what he's talking about. On the hamster wheel, you think you're going somewhere, you think you're doing something, but it's a monotony of life.
And brag about how you done been shot and stabbed like it's fun to be you, but your life's a struggle.
I'm 100% one of those people who money does not a person make. Meaning, like, I don't care if you're a millionaire or a billionaire. That means nothing to me. Like, what are your values? What are your morals, you know? I much rather would be friends with somebody living on the street who has morals and guidelines that are empathetic, sympathetic, than, you know, a billionaire who doesn't give a shit about anybody else. And by the way, those are usually how that works, man. When you've hit hard times, you understand that and empathetic towards people. When you've never had hard times, when you've never had to struggle in life, you think that's how life is. So when people complain or anything like that, you think they're just complaining to complain, right? We're getting deep into this.
Right, and you just hustling through. Nah, you hamster ass nigga, you just stuck in the loop. Man, why do black people gotta be the only ones who can't evolve? Cause you in the streets acting like a Neanderthal. It's clear you can't stand the law. You lost is in the abandoned dog, and all you interested in is fighting, rapping, and basketball. I can't even fuck with you, cause if we out in public, you gon' get caught stealing some shit and get my ass in trouble too. You'll get old and be nothing. Living life in these streets, thugging and starting shit with anybody mean mugging. Look at you, a real nigga, thinking your life's cool. Girls used to turn me down for guys who were like you, till you grab their heart and shove a spearhead right through. Then they regret it because it wasn't the right move. Your real nigga talk seems bogus. A real nigga don't brag about being real as long as he knows it, and his future doesn't seem hopeless. A real nigga stays out of jail, handle shit, and he keeps focused.
I have no opinion on it. Well, that's not true. I have an opinion, but I also don't have the context of black culture, the inner city struggle, whatever you want to call it. I don't have that. I don't have that context. I know there's a lot of people that really do feel like, you know, people complain about, the black community being set up for failure. Right? He said, why do black people got to be the only ones who can't evolve? Because you're in the streets acting like a Neanderthal. It's clear you can't stand the law. You're lost as an abandoned dog, and all you're interested in is fighting, rapping, and basketball. Essentially, right, this whole section, again, take accountability, right? And again, I'm not saying I agree or disagree, but I think this is a very common opinion for black culture in general, both from the black community and others. I don't have the context. I can't say I agree or disagree. But like I said before, I do think everybody of all races definitely needs to take more accountability for themselves before blaming other people. And I'm one of them, man. I am one of those people that when I do something wrong and get called out for it, especially if it's like work related, because I have a lot of pride in what I do, that my first reaction is to be defensive and blame somebody else for overreacting. When really I need to be like, okay, I made this mistake. I need to own it. What am I going to do to fix it? Like, how am I going to alleviate this from happening again? Eliminate this issue and alleviate it from happening again. I mean, this dude, it doesn't sound like it because honestly, I don't want to say he's using like simple language, but he's using language that everybody can understand. Gonna lurk while I do my dishes. No worries, far from heaven. We're 22 minutes in for a 4-minute song. We're talking about a lot of stuff. I do think that a lot of the stuff he's mentioning is key. We're almost done, so let's keep going.
Your real nigga talk seems bogus. A real nigga don't brag about being real as long as he knows it, and his future doesn't seem hopeless. A real nigga.
The dude saying, I'm cool as fuck, right? If you're cool as fuck, you don't need to say you're cool as fuck.
Nigga stays out of jail, handle shit, and he keeps focused. To all you rappers who soul is out in the wrong, you inspire the issue I wrote about in this song. You go to pile on the young who roam around in the slums. See, this is what happens when rap's overcrowded with bums. Hope the hour is long when I'm rolling out with your tongue. The man above is my guide, you know the power is strong. All you minutes and freaks are only in it for cheese, and the mass control limit was breached. Fuck hip-hop. They only in it for cheese, and any eyewitness can see they purposely making the innocent weak. My existence on this planet's for you. I ain't only here to benefit me. Yeah, we need to make a change while there's still time. It is hard, and sometimes I struggle trying to reveal mine. I can guide you if you feel blind. I just need you to be willing to journey into my ill mind.
Fire, dude. Here's the thing, man, and I've mentioned this before, like, I think music that means something, music that talks about topics that people may not want to hear, like, I mean, this is semi-political, right? Talking about issues with cultures, issues with status, issues with a lot of stuff, right? I mean, in the end, he's talking about, like, he said, fuck hip-hop. I think mainstream hip-hop has too much become about the money. How much money can they make? I mean, fucking videos are going like this with dollar bills and, well, they're going like this with money, right? It's not even their money, by the way. It's rented. It's always about, like, making money, fucking bitches. smoking weed. He's mentioned that before, right? Like, why aren't people making music in hip hop that is substantial to like try and fight for some type of change, you know? I don't know, man. I've liked Hopsin before this, but this really, like, now I want to dive deep into some of his other stuff. I want to go through all these ill minds specifically, but I'm definitely gonna ask my cousin, like, what's some of your, like, give me the top 5 songs and start there, or is there like a specific order? I love hip hop that not only tells a story, like atmosphere. I love hip hop that's not afraid to push boundaries and kind of go against the grain. Like he mentioned here, a bunch of these rappers that are in the mainstream are just like, they're basically like shitting on the culture and using it to gain, you know, for financial gain. And I think music should be about the opposite. Honestly, it should be about the art of it, not about the money. But too many people care too much about green anywhere, in any country, region, whatever. And it's just sad, man. It's sad. I like the ill mind here is it meshes with my mind. And I'm not saying I'm as smart as this dude or anything like that, but I am saying, like, I agree with a lot of stuff he's saying, and I agree a lot with kind of the stuff that he's mentioning. This was 10 years ago? Yeah, 10 years ago. I mean, my 25-year-old brain probably would not 100% agree with him, but I 100% would agree with him now. So, yeah, man, I want to get more into Hopsin. 100%. I want to hear more Hopsin. I might go back and try to do some research. I use Reddit for that. I'll do some research and try to... By the way, he has 3.5 million subscribers, and this has 3.5 million views, which is crazy. That ratio is insane. I love this. Thank you so much, Krista, for sending this to me. I'm going to ask you for more Hopsin for sure of what I should listen to, so I appreciate it. We need more hip-hop on the channel, man. I love breaking down bars and talking about the message and all that stuff. Like, that used to be my intro to everything, to all of the videos that I do, so I want to hear more hip-hop. But anyways, if you like that, please make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell on my channel. It helps the channel out a lot. Send me more hip-hop to react to. I'm always for a bunch of hip-hop. I grew up with it, got me through some hard times. I love it. So anyways, take care, and please do remember that good vibes are contagious.